myself in the Fury tree a lot because if I have a warrior tank and I'm Fury spec, like he'll mostly put it on me because because I'm right there and he's worried about me getting the damage, and then he'll instantly get a refresh taunt.
This is one of those abilities that's good for rage or threat whores rather.
Threat whores like Fury warriors.
Well, not necessarily, but like earlier today I was in the halls of origination and there was this DK who was friggin' threat whoring himself out to all of the mobs, just spreading his threat legs and letting them get all in there. And so I had
bending over and taking up the ass,
letting them penetrate them with their threat penises, but
their threat cocks.
So I had to put vigilance on that guy because he was just taking a bunch of threat from me. So this is another one where we're just gonna fill out this tier. So we're gonna put 2 in Thunderstruck, 1 in Vigilance, and 2 in Heavy Repercussions. And then we're going to take ourselves down here to the second to last tier. You got Safeguard and Sword and Board. Safeguard.
Sword and Board.
Safeguard. I don't use Safeguard because I don't use Intervene a lot. And solely because I don't use Intervene a lot. So because this ability, all it does is it reduces the damage by 15% for 6 seconds of an ability I don't really use, so
it's 12 seconds if you spec it for all 2 points. So
yeah, it's not worth my time. So we're gonna go over here to Sword and Board. Increases the critical strike chance of your Devastate by 5%. In addition, when your Devastate or Revenge deal damage, you have a 10% chance of refreshing the cooldown of your Shield Slam and reducing its cost by 100% for 5 seconds. This is good because Shield Slam is pretty much, in my experience, the highest single target threat producing ability that a warrior has. Shield Slam gets motherfuckers angry at your ass.
Shield Slam you automatically get off the bat when you get spec'd into the prot tree. We didn't cover that.
Yeah, it's a very high threat move for single target, so the fact that this not only affects your Devastate but also gives you can't think of it right now. Like pretty much a refresh on your on your Shield Slam. It's really good to have. So we're gonna.
So not only do you have a refresh on taunt ability capable, but you also have a refresh chance on getting fucking another Shield Slam.
Yep. So we're gonna fill it out, and it's up to 15% increased critical strike on Devastate, and then 30% chance to refresh the cooldown of Shield Slam. And then down here,
I think every class has an ability that has like a 30% chance of refreshing. Because for Fury Warriors, something related to it. Because of Fury Warriors, you have Blood Surge, and it has a 30% chance to proc a free an instant and 20% more damage slam. So yeah, that's good. Like I think every class has something related.
That's interesting. I want to see all you trolls comment on that and tell me about your class's refresh abilities. Alright, so we're going to go down here to the final tier of the protection tree. When you got Shockwave, this is the best ability, the final ability.
The best ability in the fucking world.
in the protection tree. It costs relatively little rage. It costs 15 rage, which is not that much. So other abilities cost 20 to 30.
That's a 20-second cooldown.
Yeah, the 20-second cooldown. I believe you can get that reduced. The cooldown.
I don't have any of the glyphs for the fucking prot tree, so it's possible.
All right.
Well, we don't have to glyph for it, but we can like scroll over the possible glyphs so like when we get to it.
Yep. All right. So what Shockwave does, sends a wave of force in front of you, causing 5392 damage based on attack power, and stunning all enemy targets within 10 yards in a frontal cone for 4 seconds. Bam. Alright, and
it's good.
What that does is with the final talent in the tree, we're now open to other talents in the other 2 trees, Fury and Arms. So we're going to go over here to the Fury tree because it's the next one over, and we're going to fill out Cruelty. And what Cruelty does is it increases the critical strike chance of Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, and Shield Slam by 10%. As a protection warrior, I don't use Bloodthirst and Mortal Strike very often, but Shield Slam...
That's because Bloodthirst and Mortal Strike are only available... Well, You get Mortal Strike automatically off the bat as an arms warrior, and you get Bloodthirst automatically as a Fury. So yeah, they reworked everything.
Yeah.
So you only have access to certain abilities per tree.
Yeah.
So Mortal Strike isn't available to everybody. Bloodthirst isn't available to everybody. And Shield Slam isn't available to everybody.
So as a protection warrior, my Shield Slam, like we went over before, is very high threat, single target ability. So
higher numbers.
It's good.
Numbers.
It's good to have it increased by 10%. And we go over here now to the arms tree. These two abilities I don't really care about.
Well,
Blood Craze.
You could take Blood Craze because Blood Craze gives you a 10% chance upon getting hit to automatically regenerate health.
1%.
3% altogether, and you can keep getting that effect not put on you. Like you could just keep getting that. Like
you have a 10% chance. You have a 1 in 10 chance to get healed for 3%. That is nothing.
You make it sound like it's a horrible fucking talent.
It's not a horrible talent, but I'm just saying for the purpose of healing yourself, it doesn't affect you that greatly. Like, even a shitty-ass healer could do better than that.
A shitty-ass healer can do better than that.
Alright, and Battle Trance is your Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, and Shield Slam. Hits have a 5% chance to make your next special attack that costs more than 5 rage consume no rage.
That's a DPS fucking talent.
Yeah, that one, it sounds pretty good, but we want to save our points for some other talents, and we will show you why. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We got Field Dressing, we got War Academy, and Blitz. So what they do is Blitz makes your charge generate 5 additional rage and stuns an additional nearby target. Field Dressing increases all healing effects received by 3%, and the effectiveness
of your self-healing abilities.
Oh, self-healing abilities. Yeah.
Yeah, so that includes your enraged, your frenzied regeneration thing.
Yep.
Enraged regeneration, excuse me.
And then the War Academy increases the damage of Mortal Strike, Raging Blow, and Devastate, Victory Rush, and Slam by 5%. So for this one, I fill out Field Dressing and War Academy. Because War Academy brings up my Devastate and your Slam ability.
Higher numbers.
And then, higher numbers, better rage, better threat.
That gives you 3 points left.
And then, Field Dressing, when you fill it out, increases your healing by 6%, and then your self-healing abilities by 20%. And so for the 3 final percent, we're going to do Deep Wounds. Because what Deep Wounds does is your critical strikes cause the opponent to bleed, dealing 48% of your melee weapon's average damage over 6 seconds. So what this does is it widens your bleeding caused by rend. And like we've discussed before, rend is a very good ability because it causes damage over time.
Yep.
And the Thunderclap will spread it to the whole mob once you've used it on one person. Mm-hmm. So this creates an even more damaging effect on the mobs you're fighting. So this pretty much right here is my talent tree. 31 in prot, 2 in fury, and 8 in arms.
Now well, you can go ahead and learn it. I don't have the glyphs for a prot warrior, but we can still go into the glyphs and have a look at them. So.
Alright, we're done. Sorry, Father. Have to go.
We finished confessing our sins.
We finished confessing for now.
I'm sorry, Father. I didn't mean to hurt you. So now we're gonna head back over to the training dummy area so we can give you guys a example on the proper rotation to use.
I was gonna go over and review the glyphs, like to the auction house.
No, like you can look at them through your glyph tree. Like go back into the talents.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not used to this newness now. Boom. Alright. So
you had to land to look at them?
Alright, we'll be in the air.
Let's be in the fucking air. I like being in the air.
I'm gonna be higher than the rest of these
Makes me see
Hey guys, look at that. Alright, so
overlook the destroyed Stormwind that hasn't been fixed for the last 6 fucking months.
We go to glyphs. Alright. Glyphs that I have for prime glyphs are pretty much, they're all, well, one of them I have Revenge, Shield Slam, and
I don't know if you have another prime Glyph
yeah,
for you at level 85.
Yeah, it is. You have Thunderclap. You don't have the Thunderclap one. You are missing some glyphs, my friend.
No, those are all the glyphs I made for you. Yeah, Thunderclap right there, down. Keep going down. Right there.
Oh yeah, it must be a major glyph. All right, they moved it. So
so these are all the glyphs that you can possibly have, but the ones that are lit up are the ones that I have available to you right now.
Okay, so for your prime glyphs, you're gonna want Revenge. It increases the damage of Revenge by 10%. This is an AoE ability that causes threat because you're putting damage on multiple targets, so you're going to make that one of your prime glyphs.
Yarp.
Shield Slam increases the damage of Shield Slam by 10%. We've already discussed how good of an ability Shield Slam is, so increasing it by 10% puts you at even more threat. And then Devastate increases the critical strike chance of Devastate by 5%, so not only are you causing Sunder Armor and weapons damage when you do this, but now you're raising your critical strike chance.
And you have that on top of pretty much all the talents that you use to increase the damage and the critical strike chance of it already.
Yep. What he said. Alright.
What I said.
So, for major glyphs, I use Cleaving. Increases the number of your targets hit by Cleave by 1. I believe when your Cleave is unglyphed, it hits 2 people. So when you glyph Cleave, it goes up to you're hitting 3 people. So it's getting you more threat because it's putting more damage on more targets. Yep. And then
it's not gonna take Colossus Smash, not Intercept.
I do Glyph of Shockwave, reduces the cooldown on Shockwave by 3 seconds. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It brings the cooldown down from 20 seconds to 17 seconds. Pretty useful when you're fighting mobs because Shockwave is something that I use in my rotation.
Yep.
And then Thunderclap, which increases the radius of your Thunderclap by 2 yards, so you're able to hit potentially more people.
So you don't have to worry about running around and trying to aggro that extra mob or getting that extra rend put on them.
Yep. And then minor glyphs, there are some good ones, but some of these there's only really one good one that I use, and the rest are kind of filler glyphs. I use Glyph of Battle, which increases the duration of your battle shout by 2 minutes and the area of effect by 50%. And then I use Glyph of Demoralizing Shout, which increases the duration by 15 seconds and the area by 50%. So it makes your Demoralizing Shout longer and bigger, just like the Battle Shout. And then I use Glyph of Intimidating Shout, which makes all targets cower instead of run away.
Oh yeah, that's the glint.
Every
class has
it makes your CC easier because instead of the mob running all over the place, now they just sit there in fear. Well, so that's why I like the Glyph of Intimidating Shout is my last one.
The target, when you use Intimidating Shout, the one that you're currently targeting just sits there and cowers in fear,
and everyone else runs away.
Yeah,
but that one makes everybody cower, which I like much better because the word crowd control, you want to control them, not fucking scatter them all over the goddamn place.
And you end up pulling mobs that you don't want to lock eyes with.
Yep.
So now we're gonna get into probably the part of the video that y'all probably want to see. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the rotation.
All right, where's some dummies at?
It's over by in that area. So I imagine like the beginning rotation would be you're either going to want to use charge or heroic leap. Well,
depending on what you're trying to do and what kind of mobs you got. Charge is good.